shit, man. I was up top riding them two-tones when you thought only country niggas do that shit and shit, man. I'm the first black nigga to
YouTube. Getting about 30K views in 10 hours is a little more simple than you think. In fact, getting almost 100,000 views in 48 hours is much more simple than you think. If you want to learn how to maximize with your content on YouTube, hit me up, because these things are more simple than you can ever imagine. For example, these conversations with celebrities didn't happen with me for no reason. So DM me right now or message me and let's do this. Let's get it popping. Let's go. Welcome to Showface News. You can call me what you want. Just don't call me woke. We back again with another one, champs. You already know the vibes. And guess what, nigga? I got receipts again, champ. I got receipts again, I swear to God. If you tuned in, you're going to see this for the first time, champ. Yes, I promise. If you tapped in, you're going to see this for the first time. But before we even get into that, just remember it's the town versus everybody. I repeat, it's the town versus everybody, and all the way from Flushing, Queens, gang. We got the one and only 6IX9INE to get niggas right. Take them away, champ. What's poppin'? And that's word to 6IX9INE. Stop playing, nigga. Stop playing. Listen. So guess what, champs? They got exclusive footage of 6IX9INE. Pardon me. They got exclusive footage of those Latin King niggas who jumped 6IX9INE, setting the nigga up in the gym. So apparently, these niggas came together and joined together and made a plot to violate 6IX9INE. Like, niggas called each other and all that, which is crazy, but it's facts. Let's jump into that footage, man. Smash the like button, share the video. Let's get into that. Smash the like button. Let's get it. Woo.
A brutal beatdown of Tekashi 6IX9INE appeared to have had a plan in place to get to the rapper.
Salute to my niggas Forgotten Kings TV, by the way. Salute. Let's proceed. Smash the like button.
As evidenced in new surveillance footage from the gym, check out the video, obtained by TMZ, showing one man already inside the LA fitness location chatting on his cell phone. The man approaches the front door of the gym to let another man in, and after a brief convo with the front desk employee, they beeline it to the gym's restroom and sauna area joined by a third man. It certainly looks like the two men were in on some sort of plan. But it's still unclear if they knew Tekashi was going to be at the gym all along, or if one man possibly saw 6IX9INE and called his buddy to help. TMZ broke the story. Tekashi was rushed to a hospital Tuesday night after the attack, suffering from injuries to his face, back, ribs, and jaw. Sources close to Tekashi tell us he's still receiving treatment in the hospital. Video from inside the gym's sauna area shows a group of men punching, kicking, and cussing out the rapper for being a snitch.
Now, before we continue, I want to let y'all know something. One of those guys that jumped 6IX9INE has a very, very nasty jacket, champ. Now, according to my sources, very, very, very high sources, it's been said that one of those guys who helped jump 6IX9INE is actually something that rhymes with apist. And I'll let you figure it out. But whatever rhymes with the word apist is what son is. And if you know, you know. We just can't say it on YouTube, champ. You know where this goes, champ. Vapist, apist. You know what comes before that pronunciation, right? Oh, I copy. So one of those niggas who jumped 6IX9INE has a nasty jacket and apparently is a registered offender, champ. Allegedly registered, but definitely has done some very nasty things. So he is no better than 6IX9INE. Somebody who do that is worse than a snitch almost. Because worse than a snitch is someone who does those things. Yeah, champ. I'm just telling you what I was told, champ. Don't ask where I got it from. Just know. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna let you take 5, gang. I'm gonna let you take 5. We don't want to hear that. We don't want to hear that. See, you get the first bogey of the night, champ. You'll volunteer for the first bogey of the night. I appreciate you. I appreciate you trying to, be the first one to catch the bogey, champ. I appreciate you. You caught that bogey in between your teeth. You ain't even let it hit the ground yet, champ. You ain't even let the last person to smoke that let it hit the ground. You said, "Hum," like a dog, champ. You fetched the bogey, champ. You volunteered to fetch the bogey with your teeth, champ. I see you. Salute to you, champ. Salute to you. I seen what you just did there, champ. I seen what you just did, gang. You dig? I appreciate the heroics, though. You are now a bogey hero, champ. You stopped the bogey from hitting the ground. But like I said, one of those niggas who jumped 6ix9ine does have that on his jacket. He is an apist, champ. An apist. Yeah, champ. Yeah, I mean, but let's keep it going.
The rapper's attorney, Lance Lazaro, tells us he's going to talk to the feds about potentially getting Tekashi some much-needed protection from future attacks. Do you still think this was a staged attack, Jesse Smollett 2.0? Or do you think his karma finally caught up to him? Let us know your thoughts down in the comments.
I mean, karma is a bitch. I don't know. It's not fake. The nigga's still hospitalized. Niggas must have really did damage, is what I'm saying. Niggas must have really did damage. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't care where the damage came from, but I'm not saluting nobody that has that on their jacket. If you are indeed an apist, an offender of any kind, we can't jack you, champ. I'm sorry. Actually, I'm not sorry. We're not jacking no type of SVU style niggas. How about that? We're gonna call these niggas the SVU niggas, champ. SVU type niggas can't get no love, especially not on this channel, champ. You ain't giving no love to the SVU niggas, champ. Niggas is 100% SVU. Very heinous crimes doers. Alright? Heinous crime doers, SVUers. You dig? We not jacking you, champ. I'm not jacking you. I hope nobody in the chat is jacking you, nigga. Word to my mother. But outside of this nonsense, because this is the video that that they showed that 6ix9ine was being set up the entire time, which would make sense. You feel me? However, it is what it is. But this nigga DJ Akademiks is trying to save face, Jim. He's trying to help save Tekashi right now. He's on a I'm gonna save Tekashi run right now. Because apparently 6ix9ine is very, very good best friends with Ak. So we gonna play that. And look at that. This is footage that's probably gonna get deleted off YouTube, not by me, but by Ak. So be happy that it's on my channel. Smash the like button, share the video, champs. We gonna jump right into that too in a second. But make sure y'all smashing it. Like, we need to get them likes up, gang. We need to get the likes up respectfully. You dig? We gotta do that at least. You know what I mean? But let me turn it up for y'all real quick. Let's get it. Smash the like button, share the video. Let's go.
That video is not fake. I don't know the story around it. And perhaps maybe we should get into it now. You want to get into it now before my internet start acting all wacky and shit? Let me try to get into it now. Some other videos kind of came out, kind of gave me a little bit more knowledge of what's going on. And by the way, thank you for whoever who just went on the website right now, purchased.
Call Dago.
Every time we get a purchase, I'm hitting the drop. You already know. I did put out a video today on my YouTube channel. I still got to update you guys on the news. By the way, if you ever wonder what the relationship with me and 6ix9ine is, and I'm gonna have an open conversation with y'all, right? Let me do that before I pull up this other video.
Here we go.
This has been 6ix9ine's disposition for a long time. He said, Ak, if anything ever happened to me, somebody even hurt a hair on my head, if I ever, if he ever died, which is something that you don't even want to think about, or if he ever got beat up, like allegedly, or not even allegedly, he did yesterday. He said, listen, everybody in rap is going to have a field day. They're going to have fun.
You said him dying is something we don't want to think about. I think a lot of people think about that, Chin. I think a lot of people think about son passing. I ain't gonna hold you. Now, will I feel bad if it happens? No, I won't. But will a lot of people feel bad that it happened? Probably not. Not gonna hold you. Smash it like button shit. I'm just letting you know that I, wouldn't be mad at it.
No one's gonna say, oh, let's not laugh about this. Oh, that wasn't fair. Like, he's talked about the possibility of him being jumped before. He said nobody's gonna say, damn, it wasn't he ain't get a head up. It was a jump in. Everybody's gonna say that's what you get. He's always said to me, and by the way, this is not copy and plea, but I'm giving you open and honest discourse because I've been on the phone with him many a times telling him, bro, like 6ix9ine had like King Von's dead body in his phone saved like 1,400 times. Like literally, I kid you not. And I remember like
King Von's dead body was saved in that nigga's phone. Nigga, why? What type of weirdo you gotta be to have a corpse in your phone is the first thing. You gotta be a real sick individual to have a corpse in your phone, bro. You just literally aired this out. So the nigga is such a weirdo that he has somebody's dead body. And it's crazy because it's like, okay, you ain't even really had beef with this guy. You really had beef with Lil Durk because you was mad at what Lil Durk said about you because Lil Durk don't respect you. Which makes sense because nobody's going to respect you, especially somebody who was, known for being in the streets as a gang member and all that. They're not going to respect you. So you didn't really jack Lil Durk, so you kept mentioning King Von and whatnot. But why do you have his dead body saved in your phone? It's crazy. You hear this? He said this. I'm not making it up. He literally just said this. Bozo behavior. Word of my mother. Yeah, the nigga body saved in his phone. Niggas is sus. What type of movements is this? Smash the like button, share the video. Let's keep it going. This is nasty.
Getting into these arguments with them saying, King Von's dead, brother. Like, you got to let this go. You can't keep making fun of somebody who died. Like at certain moments where everybody's hurting, and I was a fan of King Von. Wasn't really a friend, but I was a fan. Like, that affects me too. It's kind of tasteless when you do that. And he would always say to me, he said, Act, I hate when you do this because if something ever happened to me, there won't be one person who says, nah, let's chill. He says, I'm going to have my fun. So, by the way, I say that to say, everybody who's having the fun at 6ix9ine's expense, you are warranted. Like, having personal conversations with him, he expected this to be the thing, right? Now, obviously, I look at it a little bit different because you don't want to see your friend be made fun of, or you don't want to see your friend hurt. But he always expected this. He expected if he got hurt, if he got killed, for people to make memes, joke about it. And that's why he felt very warranted that when other people got either shot or killed, that he could do the same. Now, to me, hate begets hate. And also, like, it's kind of like revenge killing in a sense. Well, not in a sense, but because that's like extreme. But the behavior has to stop at a certain point. So, for example, obviously, I'm not exactly relishing in him getting beat up. But I'm going to be honest. When he eventually does come back, and then he's over here making fun of another rapper who dies, by the way.
Call Dago.
I can't really say anything. I don't have a leg to stand on.
Hold on one second. I like this comment. I thought he couldn't get touched. Anybody can get touched, champ. Nobody is untouchable. Niggas for the longest said nobody's gonna do nothing to Son. I mean, the other argument is the nigga's still alive. Well, he might still be alive now. You also don't know what type of damage he took for him to still be in the hospital right now. Niggas should get boomed off being jumped, right? Did you know that you don't have to use a gun or a weapon to get somebody up out of here. Somebody can literally get sent up just from being jumped. You know that? Niggas take trips to the upper room behind some jumpings. It depends on how bad it was, how critical was the jumping. You feel me? So niggas can say whatever they want. Actions speak louder than words. And if action happens, niggas gonna have to come to terms with that, because that's exactly what's gonna happen. I mean, he had on his RVD tights. Nigga looked like Rob Van Dam getting wilded, nigga. It looked like the whole ECW came from backstage and just wilded out Rob Van Dam. That's what it looked like when I watched the video. I'm not gonna hold you. It looked like the whole ECW came from backstage and just stomped out Rob Van Dam. Word to my mother. You dig? That's what it looked like to me. The homie Ray Ban says, facts, anybody can get it beat to the sky. Niggas get sent up to the sky every day, champ, and they don't need weaponry, you heard? No weapons needed. Smash the like button, share the video, let's keep it going.
And I've seen every rapper basically was like, yo, this is hilarious. So, again, we just have to accept what it is. You know what I mean? And, I think perhaps, I'm not saying I have a different tone or a different understanding of it, but I remember talking to him a couple months ago, and I was like, why do you like poking fun at or reminding people that some of the people they looked up to, whether it's Nipsey and other people, got killed and died? You like bringing up the moments of them dying. And he was just like, yo, that's what they would do to me. And I ain't gonna lie, he right. So it comes into a zero. It's like a zero sum type of thing where I don't agree with it all. But
time out. People have the absolute right to be thinking about moments for you to get smoked, because you're the guy who not only was a gang member, but you told, like, what part of you're a rat do you not get? Nobody's gonna rock with a rat. Once you tell, you already are in the red with the masses. Nobody likes you. Nobody respects rats. Nobody likes rats. Especially making the music that you're making, the people you're affiliated with, the genre of rap. And you was a gang member, and you told, nobody's gonna respect you, nigga. I mean, oh, they would have said it to me. Of course they would have said it about you. You are literally a bozo. When you're a public bozo and everybody knows it, expect nonsense to happen. Dissing people who not alive, trying to play with people who not playing with you, well, niggas is not gonna like you. You know what I'm saying? Calvin says, Act doesn't understand what 6ix9ine did. Honestly, that was lightweight. Boom. Hey, listen. What happened to 6ix9ine was lightweight, according to what I've seen. But I don't know how bad that damage was, so you know what it is. Smash the like button, share the video. Let's keep it moving.
I kind of see where he's coming from a little bit, because, you know what I mean? By the way, everybody who's making fun of 6ix9ine, I think it's well warranted, right? But if 6ix9ine come back around and somebody dies and you make fun of him, y'all gotta keep the same energy, right? Like, I'm with y'all. You know what I mean? 6ix9ine kind of talked himself into this. However, everybody's laughed at it, right? So, you know what I mean? It's kind of one of those things where everybody's in whatever. Anyway, if you're wondering what I personally think about this whole thing, I think it's a wake-up call. I said on my video, I'm glad that he didn't get killed, right? You know what I mean? These things can really escalate to a different level, right? Yo, getting beat up is one thing. Yo, he's gotten beat up and kidnapped already. I think he's going to be completely fine, right? By the way, I haven't talked to him yet. Real talk. I have not talked to him yet. And me not talking to him, I have reached out a bunch of times. Other people who are usually within the inner circle, they've even reached out to me like, have you heard from him? I don't know exactly what's going on with him. I don't think there's perhaps, like, you know, health-wise, like, he's not okay. I think health-wise he is going to be okay. I think what's probably happening at this moment, truth be told, you know, the narrative that, you know, he's a government employee is just not true. 6ix9ine is on probation. 6ix9ine is on parole. And anytime he gets into contact with law enforcement, that's a possible parole violation. So obviously in this situation, he clearly would be a victim. But I do believe that there's probably certain protocols and procedures they got to go through because the cops are called. They're probably looking into this. Was it a fight? Was it just a beatdown? Was 6ix9ine the aggressor at first? All these things could, like, for example, this is what I always think when people say, yo, he's a cop. I'm like, if 6ix9ine is caught on camera punching someone first, he's going back to jail. Like, I don't know what type of, like, you think diplomatic immunity, like a snitch get, but that's not true. He's a parolee, which means if he gets in police contact where he's accused of a crime, he's automatically put on a hold, right? It's automatic. If you know anything about federal parolees, he's not treated any way different because he snitched. He turned down what do you call it again? Witness protection. Now, I'm gonna be fair with y'all. Do I really know how it? All right, say he's not. That's not the situation with him. Okay, cool. Let's say he's just a victim. I don't know how that works, right? So, could they force him to cooperate again? I don't know. They probably could. I don't know. So I'm here a little bit confused about the process. But
hey, look, let's say this, right? So when you was making fun of Little Baby and talking hot about Little Baby, and Little Baby made that call, what did you do? You called wild niggas because you got shook. You know Little Baby is rolling 60s crib, and you know that nigga was about to put goons all on your head, champ. He was about to have the Goonies pop out and violate you, champ. You got scared and you called up Whack 100 as if he can do anything for you. Called up quite a few people. You was shook. Kept telling niggas that Little Baby called you. You scared, champ. You was scary guy. Don't let it be you next, champ, because you was talking extra hot last year a lot. Not only was you talking hot about, you know, niggas in general, like Little Baby, but you was talking hot about hip-hop pioneers. So Akademiks, your time might be coming soon, champ. I ain't gonna hold you. You are not niggas. Like I said, niggas don't be forgetting. Niggas don't be forgetting. Like, all the stuff you did last year, act was uncalled for. They're gonna get you, champ. I'm just letting you know right now, they're gonna get you. Allegedly. Smash like button, share the video.
But one thing I do know, if he is possibly accused of a crime, that would trigger an automatic hold, which means he would have to be in custody until some hearings or whatever happen. That's why if you've noticed, he's trying to, like, you know, even though he talks a shit, but he ain't trying to do nothing criminal. If anything, he wants to be on some shit like his self-defense. So, yeah, I haven't heard from him. I don't think it's a health issue. The only thing I could think about is maybe a legal issue. His lawyer is speaking, right? And the way his lawyer said some stuff, I'll go to TMZ. His lawyer basically let me see. Okay. We're going to play this video in a little bit. Give me 1 second, chat. We're going to play this video in a little bit. But we got to go to the original video where his lawyer it was interesting comments by his lawyer. It says, 6ix9ine's attorney tells TMZ he was inside the sauna at LA Fitness when all of a sudden he was attacked by several guys without warning. They say 6ix9ine tried to fight the guys off, but there were too many of them, which really looked like it was 3 of them, right? Before they beat him to a bloody pulp before.
Like you was going when you try to fight back, nigga, please. Nigga, please. Fight back how, champ? You can't even scrap. All we seen was your boy dressed like Juventud Guerrero, champ, and Rey Mysterio all at the same time. Heard of my mother, you was looking like a nasty luchador on the ground in that bathroom, champ. I ain't gonna hold you. Yeah, I mean, you had on the ill wrestling tights. Niggas went crazy. Niggas gave you the feats of death, champ. Niggas gave you the feats of death. Word of my mother. Nothing but feats coming your way, champ. It was wildin'. But yeah, champ, I don't know, champ. You can't save this guy. That's what I'm saying. You can't save this guy at all. This guy can't be saved. You have to go through those motions. If he's even alive, I don't know. That nigga's still in the hospital. That's not a good look. That means niggas really went him. If he's still in the hospital. Crazy. Smash like one share video.
For fleeing. They note that 6ix9ine did not have security with him at the time. Gym staff, blah, blah. Police and EMS were called to the scene, and he was transported to to the hospital by ambulance. Now, granted, that just looks like he's a victim. So everything I'm saying about, which I'm telling you this is true, whether you want to believe it or not, if 6ix9ine does a crime, I'm telling you this now, this is just a fact. You go look at the stipulations of his parole. If he does a crime, he will get automatically held for possibly parole violation. That's just what it is. So, like I don't want to even get too much into it, but there's been situations that has put him at jeopardy for where police have been involved. And he had to really get away from those situations. I'll give you this, like the whole thing with like even his ex-girlfriend, once police started getting involved, think about it. A man with a woman, when the police comes, the man guilty. If 6ix9ine get locked up for, even though allegedly, according to everything, 6ix9ine was being abused or he was getting hit by his girl, if it was ever seen the other way, he automatically goes back to federal prison. So, that's kind of one of the things that separated them, because your freedom is at stake. You're a federal parolee. No matter what you think, privilege you think you got. I know it sounds good online to say you got a badge in the pocket, but if you do a crime, you're going back to jail, or you get put on a hold. Again, I don't think that's the case, because like those dudes that beat him up, I don't think they would say that 6ix9ine did anything. So I can't even see 6ix9ine be like, looked at as being anybody who may have done a crime. They probably just look at him as an honest victim.
Was he a victim? That nigga welcomed mild smoke. That nigga welcomed mad bogeys in his life. You want to talk about a nigga welcoming smoke, champ? This nigga was welcoming plenty of bogeys into his life. He got exactly what he was looking for, champ. He got exactly what he was looking for. Nigga got jumped by some Puerto Ricans in the bathroom, champ. Word of my mother. At Planet Fitness, 24-hour fitness, whatever fitness, I don't know. Valley Total Fitness, I don't know, nigga, whatever. A Zomba class. Did he get beat up after a Zomba class? Cause I ain't gonna hold you. That nigga was on the ground. Looked like he had on that Zomba gear. Y'all niggas know about Zomba. Stop playing, nigga. I know about them Zomba classes, them dance classes. Niggas was taking Zomba lessons. That nigga went to go take a break, get in the sauna, and niggas caught him lacking, champ. You know what I mean? Nigga left the Zomba class for 2 seconds. Niggas wilding him out. Word. Nigga took Zomba classes, nigga. Caught him lacking. Like, hey, champ. Feel me? South Jersey Fisherman says, bro has all this so-called money, yet you were going out to a cheap-ass gym to work out, get a gym in your crib. That's what you get for moving like a moron. Yeah, for him personally, he should have got a gym himself. But a nigga want to take Zomba lessons, nigga, and get boomed on. Nigga want to take Zomba lessons, champ. Nasty workings, champ. Nasty work. Smash the like button, share the video. Let's keep it going.
But even then, this is why I might get interested. I'm brainstorming right here because I haven't talked to him yet. I'm brainstorming. I seen his lawyer say this. His lawyer says the next step is that he plans to call the feds to make sure 6ix9ine gets the protection he clearly needs. He was granted early release from federal prison after cooperating to land several gang member cohorts behind bars. Now, from what I remember, 6ix9ine had to sign a paper to turn down protective custody, which means or whatever that custody is, where they like change your parents and do all that type of shit. Like, he had to basically say, no, I'm good. Like, just let me out. If I get out and the people who I told on for y'all hurt me, it's not y'all problem. I don't know if he could later go back and be like, oh, now I need the feds. You know what I mean? Like, you signed the paper saying we're clear of all accountability if you get hurt. Why the fuck, you know what I mean? And you cited that you were rich, you're a celebrity, you could pay for your own security. Why the fuck, you know what I mean? But I do believe Lance Lazaro is probably putting this out because it plays good towards maybe a parole board or whatever the case is. Again, I keep reminding y'all he's on parole.
Yeah. And a good question was brought up in the chat, like, what if this is not the end? What if there's more nonsense that's going to happen to him? What if this is not the end of that? You know what I'm saying? What if this is not the end of what's going on? You know what I'm saying? This could be more. There could be more beatings. There could be more, Zomba class dismissal beatdowns, champ. There could be a little bit more. For all we know, niggas could be plotting on 6ix9ine after his next Zomba class, champ. I don't know. You feel me? I don't know. Niggas could be plotting after that next Zomba class waiting in the bushes somewhere. I don't know. You feel me? So, nigga want to call the feds for protection. Nigga, the feds is going to protect you to an extent. They're not really here to protect you, champ. Not gonna lie. But it is what it is, man. It is what it is. Smash the like button. Share the video. Let's continue.
So, I don't know. I haven't heard from him. Do I think he's being held other than some medical hold or whatever? I don't know. I have no idea. But I can tell you I have not heard from him. At this point, he's MIA. He's in the winds. Do I think he's like comatose in a hospital? No. I believe that they probably treated him, but I believe that law enforcement probably either picked him up or probably probing him or questioning him like, yo, nigga, what the fuck happened? Right? And yeah, that's what I really think happened. You know what I mean? Somebody said he posted a video, did he? Somebody said act sounds so sad. I don't think he posted a video. If he did, maybe he did. I don't know. I called him, but no, this is an old video. It's an old video, and there's no story.
Damn, they saying, nigga, they turned this nigga to a bogey pinata, nigga. And they hit this nigga enough times to break the pinata open, and nothing but pre-owned bogeys fell out that pinata, nigga. It's a scam. It's not legit. You know what I mean? Yeah, it turned into a pinata, nigga. That nigga got hit once and a bunch of bogeys just flew out his side pocket. You know what I mean? That's what happens. A bunch of pre-owned bogeys just fell to the ground. Shit, word to my mother. Smash the like button, share the video. Let's keep it going. My fault.
Story. He does have a backup page, which is this, and there's no video here. So there's no video currently that kind of shows what's going on, right? So yeah, nobody's heard from him. I spoke to some people who would be in the know, who would be around him. Some people who have been previously, I'm not too sure if currently, day to day with him. And they reached out to me. They were like, yo, I don't know what's been going on with him. You know what I mean? They're like, everybody keeps telling me they're in shock that he was in a LA Fitness. You know, I've posted a video on my page.
Nigga was in zombie class, champ.
It shows him being in the LA Fitness. Some girl, which this is the new thing. I guess all women go to the gym to pull out their phones. She's with her man. She shows herself and her man off, and then they zoom in on 6ix9ine, who's like hard at work over here, like with like a puffer jacket. Like, is this the elliptical? Is that what they call this? Or the step thingy? I don't know. I don't go to the gym. The fuck? But he's hard at work. He's locked in.
I would never pay to get somebody jumped, and niggas definitely ain't get bread off getting niggas jumped. You heard? What you can get paid for though is allegedly putting wings on a nigga, champ. You put wings on a nigga, it's over with, champ. I ain't gonna hold you. You gotta turn niggas into butterflies and angels, apparently. That's what the money from. That's what the money do. Niggas said niggas paid for a hit. That's not a hit, bro. Niggas just jump nigga. Crazy. Smash the like button, share the video. Let's keep it going.
He's locked in for real, right? I did put out that maybe a possible reason of why he was jumped. Maybe a possible reason of why he was jumped was because, let me see if I can find it.
Hold on. Calvin says, Showface, if you're 6ix9ine, do keep a toaster on you after this? I can never be 6ix9ine. Sorry to burst your bubble, champ, but such scenarios could never exist. I don't know what it's like to be 6ix9ine. I don't know what it's like to be in the mind of 6ix9ine. Literally impossible for somebody like me to ever be 6ix9ine. Sorry, champ. That ain't happening. If I'm 6ix9ine, I could never be 6ix9ine is the question. If that answer is the question, said if I'm 6ix9ine, I could never be 6ix9ine, champ. Such scenarios could never exist. You feel me? It can't. It's not allowed. Smash a like button, share the video. Act continues to save face for this nigga.
Was because of maybe he was like throwing up a set or something of the sort. And if you're asking me where I got that from, I'm not gonna post this to my main page clearly. So this is only gonna be a short-lived post. You know where to find it. Let's see if I can post this shit real quick. By the way, thank you guys. You guys are going crazy.
Call Dago.
We got the Call Dago t-shirts going crazy. We're giving away to charity. Something that we know Sharp wouldn't do. You got to turn negative into a positive, man. All these years of pimping and, you know what I mean, ruining the community, we're going to make some good of it. Sharp could thank me.
Since when is pimping ruining the community? And in fact, I know what type of pimping is ruining the community, but it ain't got nothing to do with shorties, though. I can promise you that. Has zero to do with shorties and a lot to do with other things. Now, if you want to talk about pimping, we could talk about Sundays in the hood, champ. We could go there, but I'm not going to go there, champ. Smash the like button, share the video game. You already know the vibes. Stop playing. What we doing?
Okay, let me see if I can find the video. Video. This is the video why I believe. I'm gonna just post it right here. This is the video why I believe that he clearly he got into it with some guys who were, and now people have told me. So remember on the original video that I previewed, it said like ADR or whatever. Somebody told me that, and I have like the shit. They told me that. Let me see. They say, Act, the old guy that's beating up 6ix9ine is a Latin king. ADR means Amor del Rey. So Amor del Rey, which is love of the kings. That's like a symbol or like a slogan for Latin kings. And they're a Chicago gang that grew to be in other states and countries. But it was clearly Latin kings who attacked him based on some of the captioning over the videos. Now, I'm posted on this page right here, which kind of is incongruent with this. By the way, a trigger warning. Drill, if you want to upload this to the page, crop this bitch out. I don't like to portray violence on my actual YouTube pages. We're doing this live, so you know there's some discretion because we're doing this in a news context. But anyway, trigger warnings is low violence.
Whoa, what you mean?
We have to listen to the wordage here, and this is why
you listen to the words. Listen to the words. Don't play the video. Listen to the words. Yeah.
Disrespected them or disrespected their gang, right? Here we go. So this is 6ix9ine on the ground. Listen to the words.
Oh, champ. You're trying to catch the boom. You're trying to get niggas boom. No, champ. No, not there, champ. No. Now I gotta edit out that part later, nigga. Now I gotta edit out this part later. What's the timestamp on this? 40 minutes? Yeah, it's like 40 minutes in the video. I'm gonna edit that out. I can't have that. GLG, you know, GLG, you heard? GLG. We gonna have to skip around this stream, my fault. Skip around this stream a little bit. Niggas is bugging. We gonna have to skip around that, I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, champ, we can't do that. It's a dub. Not doing it. Smash the like button, shit. The niggas is tweaking.
So somebody is basically so the Latin Kings thing, I think, is a crown, and I don't know how you like hieroglyphically like throw that shit up. I don't know. Like knowing how 6ix9ine is, he'll get in an argument with the nigga, and if it was a nigga who was a GD, he probably would drop GD gang. Like he's that type of guy, right? I've always told
you're gonna get smoked.
6ix9ine is far from pussy. He's beyond stupid though. 6ix9ine is the type of person that.
How you gonna say that nigga far from buns? My nigga, stop it. Stop it, bro. Cut it out. Yo, y'all know I seen Tekashi 6ix9ine in real life. a few times, right? Just being in the town. Just being in the town. I've seen this nigga multiple times, bro. Nigga said that nigga fall from bombs. Nigga, are you crazy? You're not from the town. You're not from the town. If you've been around the town, you probably seen this nigga a few times if you was outside. You probably seen this nigga quite a few times. I know I have. You know what I mean? He's far from buns. Nigga, are you crazy? How is he not buns and this nigga told ain't got like, look at the audio when son got kidnapped. When he got kidnapped, the nigga was in tears. Champ, nigga was crying. Yo, Harv, what's going on, man? Harv, I didn't mean it, champ. Harv. Y'all know which video I'm talking about, right? Y'all know, come on, y'all know which video I'm talking about, bro. Nigga said this nigga far from. No, let me play that a video when Harv kidnapped this nigga. Harv, come on, Harv. Yo, bro, cut it out. Cut it out. This nigga is not pussy. Nigga. Harv. Come on, Harv. Like, yo, bro. This nigga's buns. What's really going on, Harv? I don't know what's happening. Like, yo, bro. We seen that audio. We heard that. We heard it. This nigga's buns, champ. Sorry. Smash the like button, share the video. Let's keep it going. My fault. Let's get it.
His inability to realize that you might get hurt or die is probably the thing that makes you think he's brave or fearless, but it's not bravery necessarily, because I call it stupidity, especially when you don't have a plan, right? But you hear somebody says, throw that king up again, right? I don't know, or throw that crown up again. Shut the fuck up. I think he said something about, I pull your hair though, right? Something like that.
Whoa. But the way that nigga was trying to plead and beg with Harv was hilarious. And 100,000% proof that this nigga is buns. Word of my mother, smash like button, share the video.
Up again, bitch.
Shut the fuck up, nigga. Shut the fuck up,
So why you still throwing up my crown, nigga?
Shut the fuck up, nigga. Shut the fuck up. Stop throwing.
He said throwing up crown. Okay. I guess. Chef Kirchie says Almighty Nation is a ton of tight gang families, as well as Gangster Nation. The 6 have a lot of gang families, but he be a target that will unite red and blue together to hurt / end him. Hey, bro, I'm already gonna edit it. I already know. Ray-Ban said 6IX9INE needs to give up all the good-ish, all the hood-ish, and go play golf and give it all up. I don't know if you can play golf, champ. I don't know. Niggas be thinking Hispanic people like rats. Nah, Hispanic people don't like rats neither. They not fans of rats. I'm gonna tell you that right now. You know, some do tell, but I mean, especially with like cartels and all that, them niggas have a very, very, very crazy no snitch clause, because niggas will get you know, allegedly, you know, violated differently, you know, to the point where they getting tortured for days until it's time for them to literally just go into the sky. You know what I'm saying? Crazy. Smash the like button, share the video. Let's keep it going.
Throwing up my crown.
Stop throwing up my crown.
Nigga, I already told you that. Stop, nigga.
Alright, I'm not enough of this Florida. You know what I mean? Salute to Florida and all that, but we don't care.
Or a snitch. It appears to me that these people are perturbed, that they're upset, that he is doing some disrespectful thing to the gang that they're repping. They're Latin Kings, and he's throwing up a sign or a fucking whatever that they feel is sacred. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know too much about Latin Kings, but I do know Hispanic gangs sometimes they go very far. And when I've heard about Latin Kings, they're very violent in terms of how they deal with people. In the sense of, I don't know if you heard about that story with the kid. His name was Junior or something like that. It was a bunch of like Trinitarios or whatever. I can't remember the name of it.
Trinitarios, bro.
Jumped the dude because they thought he did something to like one of their people, but there was like a mistaken identity and they killed him. And like a bunch of them are going to jail now. A lot of those like Latin gangs, they're known for using blades, knives. They like to cut. They like to stab.
They ain't the only ones that do that though. A lot of gangs do that, champ. A lot of gangs got knife work. I ain't gonna lie. As long as they bring in the prison industrial system, them niggas know got some knife work, champ. Whether it was homemade or not. If he was in the town, he would have got set higher than the Empire State Building. If that nigga was in the town and he got caught lacking, niggas would have made sure son went past the Empire State Building. Word to my mother. Smash the like button, share the video. Let's keep it going.
So, I've heard certain things about Latin Kings that seems kind of congruent. What I'm saying is that as crazy as this looks, 6ix9ine may have gotten off lucky. No permanent scar. You ain't get $150. You know what I mean? This like you could have been done very, very dirty. You get what I mean? You could have been done very, very dirty. A couple kicks, whatever the case is. A couple stomps, couple people spitting on you. Yeah, you're bleeding.
Whoa.
But trust me, you could have been done dirty. All right. Somebody said it wasn't just. Oh, okay. So the Junior case wasn't a case of mistaken indictment. Then he was just.
I mean, I ain't gonna hold you. That nigga's still in the hospital, so something ain't right. Niggas must have really violated, nigga. I don't know. That nigga's still in the hospital right now. What's going on? That sound like something crazy. I mean, that nigga got a case of the beats. That's different. In the hospital for 2 days. I don't know, champ. This might be a lot more severe than we know, right? Smash the like button and share the video. Let's keep it going.
It was just a lie. Oh wow. Yeah. Somebody says, yeah, you can't false claim. Knowing 6ix9ine knows all that gang shit. He ain't false claiming. If 6ix9ine is throwing up some shit, it's because he's disrespecting. I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. I know that nigga. If 6ix9ine is throwing up some shit, he's disrespecting. He's not, and like, who knows? Maybe it was just him and one nigga. That nigga tell him he's whatever. 6ix9ine would disrespect. And again, not that it's earned 6ix9ine any brownie points or not. I know how he is, and if it's just him and somebody, he probably would do some shit like that. Now, not that this earns him any type of brownie points, because you know what I mean, it is what it is. Then you got your ass whipped. It is what it is, right? But it appears that there was one guy, which is this guy here, or this guy actually, and he called for other people to come, and you see them like going to attack 6ix9ine. So this is the TMZ footage. So this is the guy. Look like he's on the phone. He's calling some people. He's in the gym, right? He's waiting. He look like he's trying to tell them where to come. He opens the door. I bet. Y'all here? Cool. Gets off the phone. By the way, in all honesty, I think all these guys will be arrested pretty swift.
Shut up, nigga. Like I was saying. Yeah. So it's funny as hell how niggas called niggas to jump son in the bathroom. That's kind of wild. Like, yeah, he in the gym. Come in. Let's jump him in the bathroom. Like, okay. Now remember, if you was watching since the beginning of this video, my video that is, I told you that one of these guys who helped jump 6ix9ine is actually a R word that rhymes with apis, champ. That means he's a SVU style criminal, champ, and that he has that on his jacket. And this nigga definitely is something SVU like to someone, because apparently they've been saying that one of those attackers from the Lion Kings has a nastier jacket than a snitch could ever have. Because once you are, you know, a SVU type nigga, and you're literally the worst person. I mean, a level above snitching is being a goddamn predator / SVU style nigga. You dig what I'm saying? But yeah, we shouldn't be praising the people who did it fully, because one of them dudes is literally, you know, someone who's a predator. So we can't even champion that. And again, I'm still glad it happened, but we can't champion, you know, people who are actually doing heinous crimes like that. We can't acknowledge them. But they should always be exposed, though, respectfully. I'm just gonna keep it a G with you. But one of these guys up here who helped Jump 6IX9 was actually my SVU style nigga, though. Smash the like button. Let's get it.
Swiftly, and I'm gonna tell you why they're gonna be arrested. Whether, you know, obviously people are just gonna say 6IX9INE snitch. It's just too big of a profile thing, and I think the FBI even reaching out to whatever local town this is and be like, yo, one of our former cooperants got beat up, like, and it's on camera, like, what's going on there? You know what I mean? Like, is it people attacking him because he snitched, or did they just have a beef? That's enough for local police to start looking into these footage. I'm pretty sure these guys will get arrested. It's probably pretty easy. Oh, this guy clearly has a membership to the gym.
You don't be the guy that assumes that, bro. Don't be the guy that assumes that. And word to my mother, Slither Serpents, Snitch 9 is also a predator. Tro Kutris says, I mean, he's hunted by all numbers and families, but I still don't understand why they weren't more serious. And that's all. Hey, look, what I'm saying is this. Yo, these guys who jumped when they did what they did, cool, whatever. But yeah, one of them niggas is an SVU crime committer, champ. Word to my mother. It is what it is, man. Smash the like button, share the video. Let's keep it going, gang. Let's go.
Right? This woman right here is gonna get fired because she lets this guy just walk in.
Yeah,
this guy's a member.
She might get
his
fired.
name. You probably could find out his buddies. It's easy arrest, right? So these guys, you're gonna see TMZ. TMZ is gonna probably run an article about these guys getting arrested soon. But
how you know that? You a cop, nigga?
So
he
calls
him.
Get
arrested though. How you know that, bro?
He calls him. He walks in. You can tell he looks at the attendant, and I don't know what he says. But he says, "Yo, this is my man's. He good." They walk past the person who's supposed to be checking IDs or whatever. They just walk past. They're gonna go to a different angle, and you're gonna see 3 people. You're gonna see. Let me put it up right here. Sorry, chat. You're gonna see this guy. This one who called him. He came in, but you'll see another guy in the back, and I don't know what he does. They're walking down.
When did this raisin colored waffle nigga start doing police breakdowns? This nigga breaking it down like he got the whole, like, that whole marker board in like the team room and all that. You know how they got the little joint where they got they connecting dots on the board in the room and all that. This nigga acting like he got one right now. Yeah, cause right here you can see this, and yeah, be arrested by at least next week, maybe like Tuesday, Wednesday. Like, nigga, how you know? How you know, nigga? They might not even be in Florida right now, champ. How you know they won't get arrested? And if they do get arrested when you say they do, then I have questions, champ. You shouldn't be in the hip hop culture. You're more of a detriment than you are help at that point. Smash the like button, share the video. Let's keep it going on.
Or maybe this guy look like he has a change of shoes. I ain't gonna lie to you, right? He does look like he has a change of shoes. But then there's this other guy back here, look like he has water in his hand. Some other guy's just sitting right here. They're walking with purpose. I'm not too sure if they're walking to where 6IX9INE is at. There's some other person back here, but it looks like a girl. Walking. It looks like these two definitely are together. I don't know if this guy's together too, but I feel like he was there too. So it looked like it was 3 people, right? All right. They basically make walking. And if you look at the screen right here, which by the way, yo, Chad, I could be a forensic detective. I kid you not. You're gonna watch
Of course
this
you
woman's
could, champ.
face.
Of course you could be a forensic detective, champ. Of course you could be a forensic detective, nigga. You showing us how elite your police skills are. You know, now that means that 45% of your blood consists of dairy products, champ. We already knew. We already knew. You ain't gotta worry. We see your whiskers from far away, champ. Your whiskers is like antennas on a bug, champ. Word to my mother. Your whiskers stick out like TV antennas back in the day. I ain't gonna hold you. The ones that needed the aluminum foil on them so you get a better connection. You know, those are the type of whiskers you got. Your whiskers is antennas, nigga. That's how much of a rat you are. Word to my mother. You know what I'm saying? Hellcat says the channel will be up next 100K subs by next year. Nah, by this year, champ. You gotta take 5, champ. You gotta take 5. You the same nigga who messaged Hassan, nigga, at 12 a.m. midnight. Knowing that he said he was gonna knock out Doggy Diamonds and take his buns. You still message this nigga late at night looking for answers. Then you say my channel's gonna go up 100K by next year. Nigga, it's gonna do that. This year, champ. This year. Next year. Oh, champ. Oh, you have no idea. But you gotta take a bogey for that. I'm sorry. Bogey session for you, King. Bogey session for you. You feel me? Cut it out. Smash the like button. Share the video. Let's keep it going.
You can't see what's behind this camera, but this woman starts to lock in on something that clearly they're walking to. Just look at her face. Look at her face. She's looking. Look.
This nigga does finding suspects and all that. Nigga, you work for the police out there or something? Like, now you adding people into stuff that you don't even know is into it. That's not safe. Remember the last time niggas acted like they knew what was going on when they didn't? The last time niggas did that, somebody got arrested who didn't do anything. Remember Little Cam with the whole takeoff thing? That nigga ain't even do nothing, and niggas got him locked up for misinformation, bro. You can lock niggas up for misinformation, bro. It's a fact. If the internet say you did something and you didn't do it, you can still suffer some consequences until they find out that you're not guilty. So why you keep pointing? You said she's looking at some, bro. How do you know she's even with them niggas? That's not good. Y'all niggas be playing a very dangerous game on the internet. This is why I never could respect Akademiks at all. I can't respect Akademiks. I can't respect niggas like him because you can literally, dictate somebody's freedom by creating narratives like that. That's what you call a nasty narrative. That's a nasty narrative. You got to be able to prove that, bro. You just saying that. But can you prove that, though? If not, you're literally just putting somebody and involving them in something when you don't know facts. You know what I'm saying? Smash the like button, share the video. Let's keep it going.
She's seeing that they're walking clearly with intention to somewhere. And then that's where it cuts out, right? There's probably another angle. We don't have that at the moment, right? Okay. Clearly somebody who's an employee here probably sold this to TMZ. They probably got, who knows, $5,000, $10,000. For them, it was probably worth risking their job. Check out this video obtained by TMZ showing one man already inside the South Florida LA Fitness chatting on his cell phone. The man approaches the front door of the gym to let someone in.
Bro, he ain't lying. I'm gonna tell you this. TMZ be playing super duper money for video footage from people. Like, you be surprised. Like, TMZ be offering crazy bread for exclusive videos. You know what I mean? Mr. Wade said he's telling on people that ain't even involved. That's what I'm saying. Like, bro, how do you know? How do you know? How do you know? You're lying. You're literally lying, bro. You're not stating facts. Why are you capping for, bro? You're literally up here lying, saying that this happened with no proof. Where's your proof, gang? Where's your proof? You don't have any proof. I'm saying, like, it's nasty, bro. That's all I could say. It's really nasty. And people don't even realize how nasty this is. You know what I'm saying? T-Baz says TMZ might have set 6IX9INE up because they have to start to finish. What are you talking about, bro? We gotta take 5. What do you mean they set him? How did TMZ set him up, nigga? What are you talking about? Do you know who owns TMZ? If I told you who owns TMZ, you wouldn't believe it. And you would look like more of a bozo than you already look right now. I want you to know that, shit. TMZ set up 6IX9INE. How you sound? That's like saying goddamn the Shade Room set up 6IX9INE. You see how crazy that sounds? That doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense, champ. That doesn't make sense. That's like saying the Shade Room set a nigga up. Nigga, how does a whole platform, news platform, set up somebody, champ? That don't make sense, champ. A lot of y'all gotta chill. Might not want to talk too much. But you've definitely earned yourself a very, very nice pre-owned bogey dipped in the cheapest of cognac liquors. Now that bogey is wet. You got a little bit of, malt liquor on it. Preferably St. Ides, champ. There's King Cobra. There's a little hint of King Cobra and St. Ides in that bogey you about to smoke. I want you to know that, champ. It's just a little hint of St. Ides and King Cobra. Yeah. Enjoy though. You dig? Enjoy. Enjoy the bogey though, respectfully. Especially like bunch of shit video. Let's get it. Stop.
Then, after a brief convo with the front desk employee, they beeline to the gym restroom and the sauna area, joined by a third man. It certainly looks like the man were in on some sort of plan, but it's unclear if they knew Tekashi was going to be at the gym all along, or if one man possibly saw 6IX9INE and called his buddies to help. He was rushed to the hospital after.
Anytime you niggas talk about niggas jumping people, understand there's no rules in the streets. If you think it's unfair for niggas to get jumped, it's because you not only do you not fight or know nothing about fighting, you just weren't outside. Because I could do whatever I want outside. There's no rules outside. There's only 2 rules. You shouldn't be telling no niggas. That's what this nigga said. No rules? Okay, so I'ma tell. No, nigga. That's not a part of the rules. But if you want to jump niggas, you can. There's no rules against it. Now, if that nigga has toast, though, if that nigga has the blick, he ups it on all 3 of you niggas, well, that's also fair. It's also fair for him to up it on niggas and get niggas up out of here too, though. Y'all just better pray he don't up it on y'all before y'all touch him. You dig? So yeah, I don't know where, you know what I'm saying? Niggas be like, he jumped him. It's not cool. Niggas get jumped all the time. All the time. That's a fact. That's what Tax did allegedly. Niggas try to jump son and son upped it. Can't be mad at niggas. And if niggas got it, they got it. They got one up on you. But niggas don't be understanding. Like, yo, bro, niggas get jumped all the time. But do you have something to combat that? Do you have something to combat that potential jumping or not? That's the question. Niggas be crazy, man. I'm gonna play a little bit more, then I'm gonna make my exit, champ. I ain't gonna be here for too much longer. I might be here longer tomorrow. Smash the like button, share the video. Let's keep it going.
The attack, he suffered from injuries to the face, back, ribs, jaw. Sources close to Tekashi tells us he is receiving treatment in the hospital. Video from inside the gym sauna shows a group of men punching and kicking
the legs
the rapper for being a snitch. Not too sure if it's just being a snitch. I think they keep saying you're throwing the crown up. Kept saying the crown. We're gonna see. All right.
And the crazy,
Listen, how much would I pay for the video? The video of what? Why would I need the video?
So the crazy thing is, I feel like the nigga 6IX9INE might have done something disrespectful behind the scenes that we don't know about. If niggas is throwing up LK behind it, if niggas got to throw up LK behind it, it's something a little more that we don't really know yet. That happened behind the scenes that could have triggered this whole thing. Not gonna lie, cause some niggas ain't just gonna do this out of nowhere. It's gonna be for a purpose and reason, never for no reason. You know what I'm saying? But listen, man, this is wild.
Call Dago.
Hilarious. Anyway, what do y'all think? What do y'all think? I believe this is 6ix9ine moving reckless. Probably, and it's gonna sound harsh because he's a friend of mine, but I've seen him move very reckless before. This was probably a lesson that he had to learn, and fortunately did not result in death. When you are someone like 6ix9ine, or you're someone who's hated, you should walk outside thinking, I want to make it back home. You want to avoid situations, you want to avoid people.
Hey, bro, just because it's by law that Kings is some blood cousin, and it doesn't mean that the niggas get along neither. Looks like Gangsta Disciples and Crips is beefing a lot throughout the country. And Crips and Gangsta Disciples is damn near the same thing, but niggas still got beef. It don't even matter. It don't matter what laws niggas got in place. It don't matter what the books say, nigga. I'm telling you that niggas be beefing within they sets with other sets that really supposed to be they allies or whatever. Niggas still be beefing. They don't give a damn, bro. They don't give a damn, nigga. GDs and Crips almost the same goddamn thing, champ. And niggas is still got smoke for each other. You know what I mean? Remember that. I don't know what you want. But yeah, champ, remember that. It's a new day and time. All of them old school rules really don't even apply no more. It's dead. Young niggas run the street, champ. Not old niggas. Old niggas get boomed in the street. Young niggas run the street. Old niggas be in the street too long, they're gonna get boomed. Respectfully, niggas do not care. But just know, all that by the book shit barely applies nowadays. Especially with gangs. You know how many? It's a bunch of Crips and GDs beefing nationwide. Again, realistically, they should be, on the same page, but GDs and Crips have a huge beef right now when they damn near the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Old heads get boomed in the street. Young niggas run the street. Real talk. The 411 show says, yo, Brody, it's a clip of 6ix9ine saying he's Mexican, not Puerto Rican, because his dad left him back and forth with a guy off camera, champ. I already seen that already. I seen it like a day or two ago. You know what I mean? But smash the like button, share the video, let's keep it going for a little bit.
You want to be in an advantageous situation at all times, that your health, your life, or you're not putting yourself in a position where you have to go shoot it out with somebody. You see, the internet is a zero-win game. You can't win, right? First they say you're not outside, then you get beat up outside, and they're like, yeah, see, it's the first time he's been outside. He's been roaming around South Florida for damn near 3 years.
Not no more. It's over with.
So
it's about to move again.
I mean, 6ix9ine is gonna have to eat this. Is it an L? Of course. Of course.
No shit, nigga. Of course it's an L.
Do I think he'll do well with dealing with this, like on a PR level? Of course.
I don't know about that.
I personally think the reason why we saw videos of 6ix9ine getting beat up in the hospital after the kidnapping was because he probably authorized them videos of pictures being leaked. Yeah, 6ix9ine, like, he knows how to deal with an embarrassing moment. Somebody said FaceTime him. He hasn't answered me all day.
That nigga might be gone.
What about security? I keep trying to tell you, and I guess I thought it was a troll. The majority of the time, he's not with security. He's not with security. If he's gonna go to a show, yes, he got security. If he's gonna go to a party, if he's gonna go to a club, yes, he got security. If he's going to the corner store, he don't. If he's he's going, well, I didn't know he was going to gyms, but yeah, he won't. If he's going to go pick up some food, he doesn't. Like, he lives pretty much a regular life. And the reason why, like, just being very honest, why he could live that type of life is because, with all due respect to the people from 9 Trey Gangsters, if you move 10 blocks away from them, you've gotten away. They're not taking trips and pilgrimage to go find the people they don't like.
Call them niggas 9 Trey Gangsters, champ. You just say 9 Trey, champ. Or how about don't say nothing at all? Don't say nothing at all, champ. How about that? In my personal opinion, I believe you shouldn't have said nothing. 9 Trey Gangsters. Nigga, say 9 Trey, champ. But in my opinion, I don't think you should say anything at all. Respectfully, you should have never said nothing. How about that? Well, smash the like button. Share the video. If you come in late, man, let me know how you felt in the comment section. Y'all niggas is late, gang. Sorry. Smash the like button, share the video, and catch the replay. But without further ado, we got the one and only, I repeat, the one and only Sue Young, all the way out of Flushing, Queens, to get you niggas very, very right. Let's go, champs. Let's do it. That's where we're Sue Young. You niggas better stop playing. Nigga, go to wearetough.com right now and go get those The Town versus Everybody pullover hoodies ASAP. Immediately. Go get them. I'll be back again tomorrow with a lot more content, man. Y'all stay tuned for more. I'm up out of here, though. Y'all be easy. Peace. Everybody, I repeat, it's The Town versus Everybody only at wearetough.com. Get it now. The new The Town versus Everybody hoodies is out now. Rep The Town in the best fashion possible. Only at wearetough.com, nigga. Rep The Town, champs. Rep The Town. We here. You know where we from. You know what we rep. Stop playing.